Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapbrain Chronicles. We're back at you with another tool video. Today we have a Parkside locking adjustable wrench that I found at Lidl. But as always, before we start, if you can give me a like and also subscribe to this channel. If you find these videos entertaining or helpful in any way, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, I think I've done a couple of videos on Lidl, and they have like a small tool section of Parkside. Parkside is the Lidl brand of tools, and usually I go in there every once in a while. I might buy some groceries or something, but usually I just stop in to check to see what tools they have, because it's a revolving door of tools there. Like, you'll see something there for a week or two, maybe a month, and then it'll disappear, and then they'll bring something else in. There's kind of not a stable intact tool section. It's usually revolving. They always have like something different there. So and it varies. They have power tools, they have storage, like not big storage, like small storage. They have like accessories, whatever, screwdrivers, wrenches. Sometimes they have like ratchet wrenches, sometimes they'll have something else, but it's always different. So anyway, I went in recently and I saw this, and I was like, that looks pretty interesting. I don't know, could be a gimmick. You guys let me know. I haven't really seen one of these before. After I bought this, I went to Amazon to check, and there were only two other ones that were locking adjustable wrenches. I think Crescent had one and Craftsman had one, but they had like a plastic handle here covering the handle. They had plastic, and those were like $25. This one cost me $9.99. So I don't know, they're probably made in the same place, probably in the same factory. I'm sure that the Craftsman and the Crescent are made in China also. But this is the display, and I think it's brilliant. Somebody really used their brain in marketing, because they added this nut. They added this nut to the packaging, so you can test it out at the store in the package, because that makes sense. Because if you see this and there's no nut there, you're like, oh, okay, how does this work? What's the idea behind this? Why you have like a vice grip on an adjustable wrench? So with the nut there, you can test it out at the store, and you can see, what it's all about. And that seems like a good idea. Okay, here's the nut and the tool. Okay, the packaging here. Over here it says 9.6 inches and 53 millimeters. But if you look at the tool, it says 10 inches and 250 millimeters. I guess they rounded it out to make it simple. Okay, it says locking adjustable wrench for removing rusted screws and nuts. And that's it. And down here it says made in China. Nothing about warranty with these tools, so kind of caveat emptor if you like rely on Parkside, because I think they just have a 90-day store return style like warranty, like on all of their other products. You can return it within 90 days, but if you're looking for like a lifetime warranty on these, I don't think so. I don't think they have that. So maybe that's why they're kind of inexpensive. If it's like buy at your own risk. If it doesn't work out, you can bring it back in 3 months. But I don't think they're gonna take it back if you bring it back in 3 years. Okay, so here's the tool, and it has a vice grip style lock there, and you just release it with the usual release that you see on most vice grips. And this seems pretty heavy duty. It doesn't seem like flimsy. I mean, it might be flimsy, who knows? I haven't used it, but the construction looks pretty decent. And you can probably take this apart. I see a screw down here where you can loosen this part, this cam here, from the roller, and you can probably take the roller out. And it has measurements here. It goes from 0 to 30, so 30 millimeters is the maximum. It's the maximum opening for the jaw, and it's not etched. It's engraved, which I thought was pretty good. Surprised at that. I would think something like this would be etched or sometimes even painted, but no, this is engraved. And just the usual kind of vice grip style thing here. Here are the mechanisms. It's pretty thick steel there, and it has these rivets that hold all the parts together. The rivets seem pretty thick. They don't seem anemic to me. And you can see the action. What's happening is that when you press down on this, it's pushing the roller forward to take up the slack, because I think that's the problem in most adjustable wrenches, is this slack here. So you can't really get a good like vice grip on anything, because you're always gonna have this bit of slop here. And let me show you some of my collection of adjustable wrenches. This one I think I've had since I was a kid. It's made in Taiwan, and you can see this one has a lot of slop in it. There's a lot of take up there. And these, you can't really take these apart because they have like a pin. It looks like it was driven in. So you can't really do much with these as far as taking them apart. But just to show you what I'm talking about, you always get that slop in there. And this is, like I said, this is probably from the 80s. I'm not sure, but I think I've had that since I was a kid. And here's something more recent. This is a Pittsburgh 8-inch. Still, you see not as much slop, but you still see a little bit there. And this also looks like it was peened, so you can't remove the roller. Which I don't know why they do that. It kind of sucks, because like, if it's good to take these apart every once in a while and clean them up and get it oiled, and you know, do a little overhaul on these if you use them a lot. Okay, so we're back to this. Okay, to demonstrate, let me get, so I use the nut they provided. So you tighten this and you get it snug, and then you kind of like back off like 0.5 millimeter, and then maybe I shouldn't have backed off that much. You get it kind of snug, and then you back off like a little bit, and then you clamp down, and now that ain't moving, so that's in there. That's the nut is held by that heavy vice grip action. So then you just release it like that. But yeah, so now you see there's no slop in there, and you get a good grab. So that's pretty decent. Let me do it again so you can see what's happening. you can see here that when you press down, this is pushing the roller up to take up that slop or that extra, so it just clamps down on it there, like that. The only thing I'm worried about is that if you tend to use this a lot, is it gonna like mess up the roller, because it's pushing the roller up against those notches there. You see how it's grabbing and pushing and holding the notch against the roller. So will eventually, I don't know, will that like affect the roller? Will it like warp it or something? I don't know, I'm not too sure about that. Let me give it a good okay. Now that was a good vice, a strong vice. Okay, a strong vice grip there, a strong grip I should say. Yeah, you can see how the roller is pushing up pretty hard against those notches there. That's what's that's what's holding it in the vice grip. So don't know, after a while, after time, if that's gonna damage the roller, who knows. But this seems like, yeah, it's pretty tight. This seems like a pretty good idea. Don't know if, don't know how often people are gonna use this. I could see this being used like in automotive, like if you have a nut and you want to grab onto it, and it'll be good for like if you have a nut and you want to hold it, so you can you have a nut on one end, and then you just, with a wrench or a breaker bar, you're breaking the nut and you don't want it to spin, so you can hold it there, so it'd be good to keep in your car if you don't have a set of just regular box wrenches or open wrenches. This might suffice in that capacity, to hold those nuts or bolts down. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. This, like I said, you can find this at, hopefully, I know by me I found this, but like I said, they have a revolving door of tools. This might be in my neighborhood, it might not be in yours, so who knows. But if you taking a trip to Lidl, stop by the tools. Sometimes they have some interesting stuff for not a lot of money. But remember, the warranty is not always the greatest, or it's like a mystery warranty, so it's kind of buy at your own risk. I guess, like I said, that's why they sell them pretty cheap. The tools there are not too expensive, and it seems like comparable to the stuff that you might find at like Harbor Freight, or like the Chinese brands of Home Depot or places like that. So I don't know, I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay guys, till next time.